What up, boys? Mo here, and if you want to learn how to make tens of thousands of dollars every single day like we do with this one store, then you need to understand how to create and make ads that will print you money. And when I say how to make ads that print you money, I'm not talking about the prompts that you're going to put into ChatGPT that's going to give you a bullshit ChatGPT fucking static ad that's supposed to change your life. No. What I am going to be going over is the exact psychology that you need to understand in order to be able to create ads using the brain cells that God has blessed you with, so you can scale to $10, $20, and even $30,000 days with your dropshipping or micro-branded store. So when it comes to making ads, there's really 5 specific marketing frameworks that you can actually follow in order to make ads. Let's break them down one by one, and then I'm going to walk you guys through how to make video ads and then also how to make static ads. PAS. What does PAS mean? It's pretty simple. Problem, okay? Agitation, and then solution. Okay, you have to understand these frameworks because these mean everything when it comes to ads. Okay, this means that anytime you want to create an ad, whether it's a static ad, a video ad, a long form ad, a short form ad, this is a specific framework that you would use. So let's say you want to talk about fat loss. Okay, when you are using the problem, agitation, and solution framework, the main thing you're trying to do here is highlight a common problem, dig into how that affects that person with that problem, and then you give them your product as the solution. So you're so fat that you're unable to stay up late, let's say, and enjoy time with your friends, or you're unable to breathe properly and that's affecting your sleep, so you're getting fatter. Boom, insert my product. Okay, it's a very simple framework that you can use over and over again in order to highlight your product. Next one is us versus them. Pretty simple, okay? Brand A has 500 calories and extra sugars and shitty ingredients and small dosages. Brand B, which is your product, well, we're better because we have this, we're gluten-free, we're vegan, no calories, and we have a new formula that nobody else has on the market, okay? What I need you guys to understand here, it's not just the idea of using this framework, but it's understanding how you can use a specific framework, but also share it in different ways and presentations, okay? And I'm going to go over this in an example here in a video very shortly, and you guys are really going to be able to kind of understand this here, okay? But when you are scaling and when you are looking to run your ads, in reality or realistically, you should be able to test every single one of these frameworks. And until you test every single one of these frameworks, you can't necessarily decide whether you have a good product, a bad product, or a bad funnel, because you just haven't put in enough effort. Okay. The next one is pretty straightforward as well. BS versus FS. So I call this the benefit stack versus the feature stack. Okay. And this works really well in both video form and static form. You put your product and you put 5 different reasons why people should take your product. Or you put the best benefits that your product offers, right? Then obviously some people like to talk about features. Whether you're in the bottom of the funnel or in the middle of the funnel, sometimes people are already product aware. Therefore, you need to go ahead and highlight the features. You're cheaper, you're faster, you're more quality, you're made in the USA. Right, these are all frameworks and things that you can use inside of your hooks, inside of your video bodies, inside of your offers. But you have to understand this full funnel. And once you understand how to use a framework on both your ads, your landing pages, and your offers, that is when you have so much congruency that it is impossible for you to lose money in this game. B&A, this works also very well, whether it's for clothing, whether it's for supplements, or whether for beauty. It's before and after, okay? I just put P&A again here in my chicken scribbles. But it's pretty much walking the customer through what life looks like before taking your product and what life looks like after taking your product. And that could be a transformation that you're promising them with the toothbrush that they're gonna buy from you. That could be a transformation that you're promising to their significant other and how they're gonna be portrayed with their significant other. Or it could be a transformation on how they will feel when they wear your clothing, right? Or when they go ahead and use your supplement or whatever it is that you are selling, okay? It's the idea of walking somebody through and allowing your ideal customer, the person you're trying to sell to imagine what life will look like before and after using your product. So this is framework number 4. And the 5th one is myth busting. And this works really good for specifically the last level of awareness, which is product aware and problem aware. And a lot of people may think, I don't know, let's call it hyaluronic acid, okay, is a bad ingredient because it has the word acid in it, let's say. But in reality, it's not, right? So you go ahead and you debunk myths that people have about a specific market and a specific product, and then you go ahead and pretty much educate them on why that myth is a myth and pretty much sell them on the truth. So these are pretty much all the frameworks. Like there is no more frameworks, maybe like 1 or 2, but these are the main 5 core principles that every single commercial, every single ad, every single video that you see that is made with an intent to convert people from visitors or non-customers into customers follows one of these. And once you start being able to really look at an ad and be like, oh, they're using an us versus them, oh, they're using a benefit stack, oh, they're debunking a myth here, that is when you know you're gotten to a really good point. Now, the next part of, I guess, this video here is I really want to walk you guys through understanding how these statics are being made and really the psychology behind these statics. So every single static framework follows this. It's hook, it's benefit, and it's a CTA or it's an offer. Okay, every single static. And the reason why I have this right here is because you guys should have a swipe file that has every single type of static that you can gather so you can go ahead and plug and play. Okay, the idea of using ChatGPT to create statics is just so far out. Stop getting brainwashed into thinking that you can use somebody's prompt and generate a perfect picture. It's gonna take you a fuck ton of effort. You can generate really good 3D renders. You can generate really good product labels. But in order to create high converting AI made ads, we are not there yet. And you are way better off creating templates or using templates just like the ones I have right here, right? Whether it's on Canva or Figma, hiring a designer for $5 an hour and just using these as plug and play. Because if not, you're gonna lose your absolute brain cells. Now, what I wanna walk you guys through is how every single static, no matter how it's presented, okay, it always follows this idea of hook, benefit, CTA. But what happens now is because they have a hook, benefit, and CTA on offer, now they do hook, benefit, CTA with a problem, agitate, and solution. Or they use hook, benefit, CTA with the us versus them. So let's walk through 2 brands that are doing $5 million plus every single month. Hot Girl Summer Hacked. That's the hook, right? Boom. What's the benefits? High protein, 0 sugar, and low calorie. And then the CTA, guess what? It's the actual coffee. It's protein coffee. Go ahead and check this out. Same thing here. Benefit stack. Hook, benefit, right? So hook, benefit, CTA. Unlock sugar-free sips. Go ahead and click that button. Okay, here we go again. Hook, benefit, CTA. What's the hook? Tired of chalky protein. No worries, I got you. What's the benefit? Energize and fuel your body. And then what's the CTA? Original protein coffee at Jaffe Coffee. Try today with exclusive discount. Every single static has these 3 main elements. And as long as you have these 3 main elements, then you have a pretty good chance at converting customers with your static ads. And if you are missing any one of these 3, then your ad will actually suck. Okay, here's one more time. No sugar, no problem. That's the hook. What's the benefit? Seconds to make, and it's low calorie, and it's also following the feature stack, right? These are features about this product. And then what do we have? A CTA, boom, shop now. And these are all ads that I literally found live today, July 12th. Here's another example of this brand's doing like $100 million a year. What do we have? Hook, what's the hook? It's pretty much this big black jacked guy right here, right? Grabbing your attention. What's the benefits? Night Shred Black helps you sleep deeper and stay lean. Simple as that. Kind of like myth debunking as well. That, hey, guess what? If you thought you couldn't sleep and get lean, then you should try now. And then why? because you have 7,000 five-star reviews, 2 million nights of improved sleep, right? And then one trusted nightly formula. What's the CTA? Try before you buy. Very, very good offer. I recommend all of you guys go through and study this brand because they are absolutely ripping it. Same thing here again. So try before you buy. We have a feature stack type of static, right? So using framework number 4, as we just learned right here, the feature stack. And then what do we have? Night Shred Black is the key to deep fat burning sleep, which is the hook. And now the offer, you can try it before you even buy. Same thing here. So I'm not going to keep going over it, obviously, but I think you guys kind of get the point. When it comes to making ads, it's all about following a specific procedure and being able to identify the system and the framework that you're using so you understand how to iterate and recreate more and more of your winning formula. And we're going to go over this right now because this is really important. Once you have a winning formula, it's not just about changing your little hooks or changing your little thumb stops. No, it's about understanding that you have a specific principle of marketing, whether it's the benefits, whether it's the features, whether it's the problem, agitate, solution, and being able to double down and create all of your ads in that style of format. And then once you figure out the psychology behind a winning concept and a winning ad, that's when you start testing out the presentation of it. So you go from static to videos to UGC to AI, but all following the same exact framework because that principle is what's converting customers for you. So hopefully that makes sense. I'm trying to explain this as if I was explaining it to a 5-year-old, okay? Now, when it comes to videos, there's going to be a lot of different strategies that you can use and a lot of different frameworks, but ultimately everything comes down to this, okay? Attention, interest, desire, and action. First, you get somebody's attention. Thumb stops. This is why thumb stops and hooks are really important because the first 3 seconds pretty much dictate whether your ad will be successful or not. So you have to really be very thoughtful and provocative with the first 3 seconds of your ads almost all the time. Now, once you grab somebody's attention, you have to spark their interest because a lot of times we see ads that start off really good and then the interest drops off. Why? Because you don't resell the idea that you're pulling people in with in the first place. So you spark attention, you grab it, then you spark their interest and you keep them attached. Then you walk them through the transformation and you create desire and then you push them down into your next action. So let's go ahead and watch this live. Here's a video. What I would do for any of you guys that are watching this video that is looking to create a winning ad, it's very fucking simple. You're going to go to Kalo Data right here. You're going to look through the top videos that are currently making money and you're going to try to recreate any of the top 10. Why? Because you already know exactly how much money these videos are making and that this concept is a winner. Here's a really good example. This page is selling this Medicube Global, whatever it is, pink serum product. And it's generated 11 million views and $447,000 in revenue. Okay, one video ad with 100K in ad spend. This is a winning concept. So we're going to go ahead and test this out for whatever the hell it is we're selling. Whether we're selling a couch, whether we're selling a TV, whether we're selling clothes, it doesn't matter. A winning concept is worth testing. And we'll go ahead and we'll pull this up.
Obtaining clear skin is investing into some damn Korean skincare. I've been using this repping mask for months. There's collagen and niacinamide in this.
And then what I do is pretty simple. I grab the script, I go to ChatGPT, and I ask ChatGPT to explain the script for me. So come here. This is a high converting script that's generated over 100K in sales. Break down the framework. Boom. It's giving me the framework. So it's a relatable hook, personal POV. It has the product introduction, quick ingredient highlight, plus the benefit stack, literally everything we just talked about. So all of these principles that relate to marketing are all inside this one. Urgency, identity tie-in, brand trust, offer drop, and then close, right? Does this follow an ADA framework, which is exactly what I just said right here, right? So every single ad will always follow this: attention, interest, desire, action. What's ChatGPT say? This loosely follows the ADA framework, right? Attention, one thing I've learned about obtaining clear skin. That's the hook that you're going to use. One thing I've learned about fat loss. One thing I've heard about hair loss. One thing I've learned about gut health, right? You use the same exact principles, you use the same exact words, and you just remake them for your product in that same exact presentation. But you kind of get the same thing here. Then what do? I went ahead and I found another ad just to prove my point. I'm going to walk you guys through that as well. Dolly Nutrition. Okay, check this out. 48 million views on this video right here. It's generated $240,000 in revenue. And we go ahead and we'll watch this, pull this up real quick.
Can't stop eating sugar, take apple cider vinegar. If you need caffeine to function, take vitamin B12. If you carry too much in your midsection, take ashwagandha. If you can't stop eating junk food, take a prebiotic.
Right?
And if your skin won't clear...
Winning concept. What do these guys do? Before I go to ChatGPT, what do these guys do? Check this out. Same winning concept in different presentations, in different forms, and different styles. And now they went from having one video make 48 million views to another 36 million, to 33 million, to 10 million, to 9 million, to 10 million, all following the same exact principle and same exact style. And you know the best part about this? I went ahead, I added the script. The script is a killer direct response that follows a tight AIDA. Look at the script. Stop eating sugar, take apple cider vinegar. If you need caffeine function, take vitamin B12. If you carry too much in your midsection, take ashwagandha, right? So they grabbed somebody's interest. This is your gut. This is what it looks like with this water bucket. That's the hook. Now they're keeping you in with, what's the first thing? Okay, stop eating sugar. Who doesn't eat sugar? Everybody, right? So now they just went from attention to interest. Now you're interested. You want to hear what this lady has to say because she just hit you with something that everybody relates to. Okay, if you eat sugar, then you need to stop. And then from there, they're creating desire. How? By showing you exactly what your gut's going to look like, the more shit you put in it, and then they're going to present you the solution at the end, right? So this is what I mean when a lot of people don't really understand how to actually market, and you're trying to overcomplicate it with deep research and extra AI prompts and follow this step-by-step guide. But in reality, you just have to have common marketing sense. And if you can understand common marketing sense to a T, then you will be able to easily spot really good frameworks and recreate them for your product and your brands. And that's literally it. That's all you have to do in order to be successful and actually start making ads that will print you money. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you have any questions. Leave them in the comments below. Like, subscribe, share, all that. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.